our tutorial on helping Aura go into her crates. She is used to this crate. It's in the car. It's a little bit smaller than her one in my room. And so her cue word is crate or kennel. She knows both of them. And she might be a little hesitant to go in this one at the beginning, so I might show you a little bit how to work on her to be more comfortable going into the crate. The number one thing you never want to do is force Aura into the crate, because then it'll make it very difficult for her to want to go in on her own. So we're just going to be kind of coaxing her in and luring her in and giving her a jackpot of treats in the crates, and kind of have her coming in and going out, and she only gets a treat inside the crates. Very important detail. Aura, crate. Crate. Good, okay, then she's a pro and she's fine with going in. That's awesome to see. So I'm also clicking for her staying in the crates as I'm tossing in treats. And her release word is okay. Aura, okay. Good job. Crate. Good girl. Aura, okay. Kennel. Good. So now that she's going into the crate pretty regularly, without hesitation, I'm going to wait for her to lay down before I reward her. I might have to cue her on down as well to help kind of start that for her, but you'll see that eventually she will start going in and laying down to get a treat. Wow, look at that! Did it without me actually asking. Way to go. Aura, okay. Let's go. Good job. Aura, crate. Down. Very nice. Okay. Aura. Kennel. Aura, crate. Okay, let's go. Aura, kennel. She's just so excited. Down. Good girl. Okay. Aura, kennel. She's just got so excited. Now that Aura is pretty comfortable in her crate, we're going to start closing the door. So I'm going to keep rewarding her while she's in the crate and not moving. I want her to be laying down. I want her to be relatively unconcerned, so her ears should be pretty relaxed. Right now they're very perked because she's in training mode. And how we're going to close the door is by small steps. She's pretty comfortable here in my home with being in the crate with the door closed, but we're just kind of going through this so that if she does become stressed in her new home, that you have the tools at your disposal to help her through this. So the first step is I want her to pretty much stay as she is while I touch the door. And I'm waiting for her to look away from the door, preferably right at me, making eye contact before I reward her and click. Click and then reward, excuse me. And you can feed from the side of the crate too, that's fine. I don't even know if she saw me touch the door, but she kind of stayed still, which is perfectly fine. So she's doing pretty well with me, just touching the door. And so now I can start closing it bit by bit. And so what we want to do is we want to close the door a little bit. Wait for that eye contact. And then put the door back and then treat. Just for that familiarity. Since she's not too concerned about the door closing, and that means that her ears are keeping the same position, it's perked during training, she's not having any unusually wide eyes, and she's still in the relaxed body position, I'm going to close the door a little bit, wait for her to look at me, and then treat while that door is still in the position, and this is our new base level of the door. So every time I bring it a little bit closer, I'm going to reopen it to this amount. And it doesn't have to be perfect every single time. Dogs are pretty forgiving. It's just kind of the general motion of the door is what you're working on helping her get used to. Put your head down. Good girl. So we're gonna move that door again and then keep it. So she investigated the door a little bit there, but I'm not too concerned with how she's doing. I'm also using a different hand this time, which makes it a little bit different. So I do want to have her keep her head in the crate. So we're ready to push it all the way closed. And Aura says no, she wants her head out a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and give her a treat. And as she's doing that, then we can close the door. And we work that way. So it's a little bit of a distraction since she was just resting her head where I couldn't close the door because her nose was in the way, but she wasn't actively pushing the door open. Good girl. So now that we're at this stage, I'm gonna go ahead and release her. Aura, good job, go find it. And so now the next time she comes into Aura, crate. Wait for her to lay down. Excuse me, she's in. We're now gonna close the door. And so that time, she was not pushing the door, I was closing it. So I just kind of waited around that because I know her. I know that it wasn't too stressful for her. We're gonna do the same thing. Aura, find it. Good girl, kennel up. Beautiful, great, great job. Now that we are at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and have her go out again. Aura, find it. And now we're going to actually latch the door closed. Aura, crate. 0. So again, we're just looking for any signs of stress. You would see her ears a bit more perked than they are. So she is investigating the door because she was able to push it open last time. So I'm rewarding any time that she stops hitting the door. Another sign of stress would be pawing at the door pretty quickly, some heavy breathing. But Aura right now seems to just be trying to figure out what is it that I want to get that treat, but she's not stressed about being inside the crate, which is very good. Okay. And now you want the treat. You find it. So we're gonna do this rep a couple of times. Aura, crate. Good job. Okay. We're gonna try it with me standing or a crate. Not on top of the crate. Come on. Oh. Thank you. So just me standing, she thought I wanted her on top of the crate. I want her inside. Down. And we're gonna wait a couple of seconds before rewarding. And so that's the end of our tutorial. You can kind of go further with this, and that would be kind of walking away from her while she's in her crate to help her get used to being alone. When you do that, you just have to do very, very small amounts and very, very slowly, and how fast you move to help with her separation anxiety, especially if she starts showing signs of that. Like we talked about, it's going to be a lot of whining, maybe pawing at the door. So you want to make sure you don't go too fast, and that'll help prevent her from ever becoming anxious during these situations.